Hi, this is Deacon Jeff, and today we're going to talk about the parable of the workers in the vineyard. In Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 through 16, we hear the parable of the workers in the vineyard. Jesus told his disciples this parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with them for the usual daily wage, he sent them into his vineyard. Going out about 9 o'clock, the landowner saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, "You too go into my vineyard, and I will give you what is just." So they went off. And he went out again around noon and around 3 o'clock, and did likewise. Going out about 5 o'clock, the landowner found others standing around and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They answered, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You too go into my vineyard." When it was evening, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Summon the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first." When those who had started about 5 o'clock came, each received the usual daily wage. So when the first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also got the usual wage. And on receiving it, they grumbled against the landowner, saying, "These last ones worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us, who bore a day's burden in the heat." He said to one of them in reply, "My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what is yours and go. What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? Are you envious because I am generous? Thus the last will be first, and the first will be last." What message has Jesus given us in this parable? Well, let's focus on 2 points. The first is God is always searching for us. In the parable, the landowner was actively looking for workers for the vineyard. He did not stop once the first group of workers was hired. Instead, he went back into town throughout the day to seek additional workers. And notice, he said he would give the workers what is just. These workers represent you and me. God is seeking us out to help him build the kingdom here on earth. And he is seeking us at every stage of our life. Young, middle-aged, or old doesn't matter. God is inviting us to join him. The second point is God's sense of justice is so far beyond our own. In the parable at the end of the day, the landowner told the foreman to gather the workers for their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first. Why was this order important? It was important so that those who started work early would see that those who arrived later in the day received the same wages as they did. The workers who were there all day were upset that the workers who came late received the same pay. It just did not seem fair that those who worked an hour were paid the same amount as those who worked and carried the burden all day. You and I would likely feel the same. But we are judging the situation with human justice. God is generous and just, rewarding those who serve him equally. And it is reassuring to know that there is hope for all those who do not know God or who have rejected him. Pray for conversion of hearts in your family, friends, and yes, even your enemies. God is just and loving, and he is always looking for new workers in the vineyard. It does not matter if someone is a lifelong servant or a deathbed conversion. God rewards the faithful with the precious gift of heaven. What more could you want? May God's grace and peace be with you.